Hey everybody, welcome to a new season in the Proto GT series in iRacing. This is Egil Sandfeld and I am driving the Ford GT this season. I'm putting the Corvette C6R on hold, at least until the new tire model 5 comes for that car. So this season I will be driving the Ford GT, and it's a lovely car. It's really handling very well, and I can certainly recommend it. I can recommend it as as much as because I will be driving it this season, at least some of the races. I'm not sure I am able to do all races, but as many as I like and have time for. So anyway, we are at the Sebring International Raceway, and I'm starting in third position. I am trying once again to put this telemetry overlay on top. I'm not sure it will be totally synchronized this time around, but we will see about that. So yeah, sorry about that. Just really rookie kind of thing going on here. There we go. That's better. Alright. So let's see how it goes. Anyway, I'm starting in third position. And it's actually alright. Alright. Yeah, already I'm alongside number 2 here, that's Paul van Mierlo, and I actually got past him, so that's nice. And I'm really taking it easy here in the beginning. I apologize for not being totally on the microphone here. I'm just checking out to see what's going on with the telemetry. I think it actually is kind of synchronized, although it is kind of choppy and laggy. But maybe that will come. Yeah, and some other things like I'm trying to load the correct skins. So many things for a new season. Currently on the track, I'm in, I think it's third position. Lost the position to Paul van Mierlo again. No, actually, sorry, I'm still holding on to second position. I was just looking at the lights on the side of my car, and they weren't updated until after we got into this new lap. So still holding on to second position, kind of creating a train behind me, because yeah, I'm not that used to driving this car yet. There we go, my skin is back on. The mission here, yeah, as I go alongside Paul van Mierlo, he was really attacking and pushing hard in the beginning. Up front of me was Sorry, can't remember. Just going to check it out. Yeah, Saba Volika Jr. An excellent driver, especially in the McLaren MP4 GT car. But he is really driving well here as well. Yeah, apologizing for telemetry not being totally running that well. I think it's still in sync. Let me just check. Yeah, I guess it's about that. Maybe it will be better in a while, but at least you can see some snapshots of how it's going. Once again, on the left side we have the 4 tires. Their outer temperature, it's being laser scanned, you could say, the temperature on the tire itself. And basically what I am looking for is when the tire is loaded, there should be an almost equal load. That means an equal temperature on that tire. So for example, when we go down to this hairpin, the left front should be about the same in temperature. Right now, here on the straight, it's the inner tire and the center tire, but as we go through the corner, the outer tire of the left front is increasing its temperature, so that means it is becoming loaded. So yeah, that's quite alright. Although I must say that I think the temperature is still too little for the outer temperatures, especially on the front tires there. So yeah, I think I'm going to adjust the camber after this race. I'm trying to build some form of a stable overall general setup which I can use for most of the races. I did borrow a setup from Erik Weidorf, which is really super planted. It's kind of understeery unless you know when to apply throttle, and then it really turns out to be quick. So that setup is really both stable and neutral, I would say. It's not oversteery, but it's neutral and planted, yeah. So it's also quite safe for me to drive, and that's great here in the beginning where I'm getting used to the car. I still have Paul van Mierlo behind me. Yeah, got some other things to do here as well. Just going to put the camera up here. There we go. So up ahead is Paul van Mierlo, and he's about 4 seconds away at the moment. So I'm not really looking that way. I'm just trying to keep Paul behind me. He is, at this point at least, a bit quicker than me. I must say that I did about an hour's of practice and qualifying before this race, so I haven't really tuned that much into Sebring. So during this race I'm actually learning the combo as well. I just added the brake pressure to the top right. In the screen on the top right, and then to the left of that you see a number ticking down, and that's actually the fuel liter left in the tank. And I find it quite interesting to see how quick the fuel is being used up. But I figured I needed about 85 liters for this race. So he's really super close here. But I kind of protect the racing line. And we got some traffic coming from behind. Maybe one of those back markers because the Corvette has had some damage. So it's clear air in front of me, that's great. But I am looking a bit too much in the mirror at the moment. And here, yeah, here he really just dived me. I don't know what he thought here. I think he tried to avoid having. Sorry, I'm just going to see who it is that is ahead. Yeah, I think he's trying to avoid having Richard Sobolewski in front. But anyway, my car fortunately haven't got any damage from this. At this stage I'm still trying to figure it out if it has. But it doesn't seem like that. So yeah, not my fault. I braked where I usually brake. I did see him closing in the mirror, but I figured that he's professional enough to not outbrake himself and lock his brakes, but yeah, that's something to take into account as well. So behind me right now is Mikael Lierki. He set a 0.5 seconds slower qualifying lap than I did, so I figured that he would stay behind. If I was just yeah, consistently enough, I would soon pull away from him. Luckily for me, it's still a clear road ahead of me. And we begin to have some traffic here. I figured that this first HPD could go on the side of me. And yeah, I think I let the second HPD by as well. I wanted to play it safe. This was still in the beginning on lap 6 out of 21 or so, 22. So this was still going to be plenty of time to race in. Look at the temperatures just dropping down on the back straight here. And then when we go into the corner, it's climbing back up again. That's nice. But I still think there is an issue with it, although some of the developers have written that they are looking into this. About the temperatures. Let's just look a bit from Mika's point of view here. Ooh, really caught in the corner there. not my best exit from that corner leading onto the back straight. I think later on in the race I managed to find a way to do that corner more decent. And you can see now that I'm slowly starting to increase the gap down to Mika. And he's starting to have Ralph Hoskler as his battle partner. So currently I'm in third position. Everything is going alright again. Up ahead I have Richard Soboleski, and I have always found him to be one of the best drivers. Really stable and a good guy in traffic. He knows how to play the traffic and knows when to attack and when to stand back from it. And but somehow I'm actually slowly coming towards him, closing the gap down to him. That's a proper line. Yeah. And the gap to Mika is still increasing, so I'm slowly shifting focus from behind to forward. And another thing actually I wanted to show you is I recently got a track IR, and what that does is that I am able to actually, with my head, look into the corners and shift my roll, so I can actually more easily kind of feel the corner and feel how the car does. And what it does actually is that it's an infrared transceiver and receiver, and the transmitters are placed on my headset, 3 of them, and there is a receiver on top of my middle monitor. So yeah, it's tracking my head's movements. So like this, where the car started to oversteer, I would basically really naturally just turn my head just a little bit to the left, and I would both feel through the wheel and but also see the car's reaction that I am in a slide. So yeah, it's still very early. I just got it 3 days ago. However, I'm really loving it because once you dial it in, once you fine-tune it to your likings, it's really great both for immersion, but also actually I think for being quicker. The thing is that I have made just a little dead zone here in the center. So right now I'm actually moving my head just a little bit, but if I move it more, it's starting to move, and you may notice it here in the middle. So it's not wobbling around all the time. I can still focus on driving like everybody else where they have that static view. At the same time, I haven't set any dead zone on the road, so that's always floating, but I just find that very natural. So I'm already leaning into the corners, but now I can use that natural thing to just make better use of my body reactions, and in that way better feel the corner. It's really nice. And I'm really sorry if the video is choppy. I'm going to see if I can fix that for the next video. One thing though that I have to kind of learn. Yeah, I just saw HBD spinning behind me. One thing I have to learn is here on straights. In a normal car you would have the G-force acceleration feeling. So when I turn my head to the right and still going forward, straight forward, I actually drift just a little bit with my wheel to either the left or the right, and I do not feel that change from straight directly to maybe just a little bit left. So I've discovered that I have many times just have taken the left tires onto the grass there, or maybe going totally off race line and going more to the right. And that's definitely something to keep an eye out for. Often it's when quicker cars are overtaking me. Maybe it sounds strange, but I'm actually quite eager to look at their paintings, their skins. So like this, maybe I'm starting to look right here, and yeah, I could be going out on the grass, so yeah, have to take care of that. Anyway, looks like I'm going. No, Richard Soboleski here is really good at defending this position, but I have closed the gap now, so I am definitely quicker than him. Taking the curb there is not a good thing. Yeah, but anyway, really get yourself a track IR if you can afford it. Can't remember its price right now, but it's not that cheap, but it's really worth it in the long run, because besides iRacing I'm doing quite a bit of Arma 3 as well, and that's where the track IR really shines, especially in helicopters and planes, but also just in infantry movement, where you can go straight while still looking to the right or left. So anyway, let's get back to the action here. We are on lap 12 out of 22, I think. So it's about halfway through. This is currently Richard in second position. I'm in third. And if the guy in first position is making any mistakes, this is effectively battle for the lead. I'm trying to brake just a little bit later than him. The gap was close enough to not bump straight into him if I made any mistakes, so I could do that. Yeah, just a small confusion there, and obviously I'm trying to take an advantage of it. Sorry about that. he's sliding around, and I'm trying to keep the car more steady. And it seems to work out fine. I'm in the draft here. After the new build, we have gotten just a little bit more draft, I think, and I like it. But I don't know if it's maybe just a little bit too much. So yeah, I've overtaken him, but my exit is not that great. And now he's in the draft. So this is really good battle. I was actually... let's take that later, because now he's coming back. Yep. I don't know why I did not cover that side better. I didn't think that he was that close, actually. And now suddenly he has quite a big gap. So, that was round number 1. But still he's sliding here. Trying to go on the right side here to get a better position to the next corner. But I'm just a bit too far away. Anyway, one of the reasons I actually switched to the Ford GT was that it is just a little bit slower, and I always liked racing in the slower cars, especially in the Mazda MX-5, where the top speed is usually less than 180. And what that does, for me at least, is that it provides, almost losing it there, it provides very close racing often. And yes, you do have that in the Corvette as well, but it's very hot, and it's rare that you experience it. And when you do, it's really, really nice. I'm not complaining at all. But I think that in the slower cars, once you go up and is really close to a competitor, you are able to position your car a bit easier and a bit better. So there's more involvement and more interaction between the cars, and that's something I really am looking forward to in this class, because the Ford is slower than the Corvette, and it's still a great car to drive, so you can often take different lines and experience different things. That was so close to losing it again. Yeah, traffic coming up here again. Thanks to Maxim Ramstein for staying behind, waiting till after the corner with the overtaking. Really like that. Yeah, that's good. So the gap was up to 1.8 seconds about a lap ago, and now it's down again to 0.56. And I'm in the draft, and I get overtaken right here. That was what I talked about, that I look to the right and suddenly the car goes left because I just correct it just a little bit. And that takes some time to getting used to. I go wider here to get a better exit speed, and it helps. I am crawling towards him. Yeah. Am I able to stick it here on the inside? Nope, he shuts the door. Fine piece of racing here from Richard. Coming into this race, I actually didn't think that it was going to be that interesting. But once I saw the grid, I knew that there would be some potential for good racing. But already this has gone way beyond my expectations. So it's a very good start for me racing in this class. Let's just take a look here from Richard Sobolewski's car. He seems to slide wider than I do. At the same time, I think my setup is rather orientated towards little fuel in the tank and being light, because once I got below 40 liters, it really started to get quick and pointy, and oversteery where I want it. And again he goes on the inside where he shouldn't be. Fortunately I managed to get back on the groove again. I don't know if my car's taking any damage, so I'm assessing that right now. We were on the chat here. He was sorry for pushing me, but that's just what's happening sometimes. It's racing. Of course, he wasn't allowed to do this, but yeah, that's something that happens when two cars are so close together. So at this point I'm telling Richard here, it's alright, no worries, my car seems fine. And I'm thinking, yeah, let's get back to the race. And what happens? Go on the curb there and I lose it. So quick in reverse while I'm on the grass here. Car in position 3 and 4, 4 and 5, so it goes by. So at this stage I am into 5th position. Correct that. Actually, meanwhile, Sava Volika was disconnected. So while Richard and I had this fantastic battle, actually we both moved up a position, because Sava, yeah, I don't know what happened to him, but apparently he wasn't driving anymore, so I got about 4 seconds up to Ralph Hoskler and Mika Lyki. I knew I was faster than them. I had about 15 minutes left, I think. About 6 laps. So yeah, 12-15 minutes. And I thought to myself, okay, I'm really quickly going to assess how the car is driving. You see there, it is oversteery coming out of the corners. Something is wrong with the car. I have some small damage to my rear. However, it's not affecting me going into the corner, only affecting me coming out of it. When I am almost on full throttle. So I figured, okay, there's only 3 or 4 corners where that is actually could be a potential problem, and that's it's in this corner, the tower corner here. I think it's called that. So yeah, I'm trying to go as wide as possible, and maybe just waiting a couple of milliseconds before going back to full throttle. And also this corner, so it's mostly right-hand corners, and also this. So yeah, again taking it wide. So I think that's how you assess a problem with your car. You assess it, analyze it, and then you adapt. Sounds easy, but it's not always that. But it's a way to do it is definitely understanding what's wrong with the car. And when you do that, you are actually able to correct and adapt to it. It's not easy, and I am lucky that my damage is not worse than this. I really love how it's just bouncing all over the airstrip here. And again, I'm sorry if the video here is choppy. I will try to correct that for the next video. I'm shutting the door here from this Corvette. I had just told him, no, you're not going to pass me until this back straight here. Meanwhile, I think I have about 3 seconds to the guys ahead. So second position, it's still possible, although not that realistic. Yeah, let's take this view here for a second, just to see. It's really a nice action shot, and I'm, oh yeah, almost losing it here. I'm really still adapting to the damage. And we got about 8 minutes left. The gap is still... Oh, sorry. Oh yeah. I was just writing some things to improve my performance here on the stream. Yeah, Ralph and Mika had an incident into turn 3, so I just got by them. And I just managed to squeeze past Mika, who was coming back. About 19 liters left in the tank, with 3.5 laps to go. That's plenty. I think I used about 3.5 liters per lap. so that should give me about 7 liters left in the tank after the race. Yeah, let me just quickly remind you guys of this thing here. It's the new Solder 2.4 hours race on November 17th. It's running at GMT 6 p.m. And yeah, it's 2.4 hours at the circuit Solder. And it's going to be fantastic. We will very soon open the registrations for the race, and the cars will be the Master MX-5 and the Radical SR8. A bit odd choice, but that's actually what they race in real life there. So yeah, we thought, well, if they can do it in real life, so can we. So that's November 17th at GMT 6 o'clock. Oof, that was close. I really would like to have some new sounds for the 4GT. They are so treble oriented. I don't think there's any middle tone or that much bass, and I got plenty of bass in middle tone in the Corvette. So, yeah, but hopefully they will update that soon. So the tires are starting to warm up in that corner there. It's a hard corner, turn 17, one of the hardest, because right at the apex you find one or two bumps, and they are so hard. And if you just smash the throttle, you will definitely spin your car. So it's about controlling that throttle until you get straight enough to get past those bumps. At this point, I think it looks alright with the camber. I talked earlier about the temperature on the outer tire, and it seems about right now. So that's, but it could still be a little. It could still be a little less camber, I think. So that would gain me in the beginning of the stint as well. Or at least that's what I think. If you have a different opinion or know something I don't know, please just write it in the comments, because yeah, setting up a car is very hard for me, and I usually tune by feeling. I would like to do a video one day, invite some people to learn some stuff, because the things I usually just dial is the differential, camber and anti-roll bar. I don't understand spring rates, bump and rebound stiffness on the suspension. I don't know really what it does, and even though there is a text explaining it, I'm still not feeling that change. The same goes with brake bias. Yeah, I know it sounds silly, but I always thought that if a front tire is locked up, I should move the brake bias towards that. But I recently just found out that's not correct, and I might feel a bit like an amateur saying that, but everybody gotta learn it sometime, and it's just taking me some years now. But yeah, I'm learning all the time. Anyway, we are on our last lap, lap number 22, yeah, and let's just finish it off here. So what happens is that I actually finished in second position, and I got 149 points. Richard had first place and got 166. That's all right. Unfortunately, I got 11 incidents, and that was 2 times 4 incidents, which were not my fault. So that was actually 8 incidents more than I wanted, and the result of that is that I actually lose almost 0.5 safety rating from only 11 incidents. So it's harsh, very harsh, but I'm able to keep the safety rating up, I think, and I will definitely continue to drive safely. So yeah, that's it for this race. I hope you enjoyed it. There are some new things here from the new season. It's the telemetry, still improving on that. If you have any questions or comments, just fire away. And also the track IR, so it's definitely interesting season. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, guys.